Hello again, everyone. It's Rob Ryder, and today we're going to be commanding the police and sheriffs execute the common law and gather the tares. Because in Romans 13:4 it says, "For he is the minister of God to thee for good. But if thou do that which is evil, be afraid. For he beareth not the sword in vain, for he is the minister of God, a revenger to execute wrath upon him that doeth evil." And there's plenty of evil going on right now, and most of it starts with people that are pretending to be the government. As I pointed out in numerous videos recently, these people don't have a proper oath of office. They didn't satisfy the common law of the United States, which is 4 USC 101, and execute the oath that's in 4 USC 101. Right? So this is a federal law. Title 4, flag and seal, seat of government and the states. And it says in USC 101, 4 USC 101, oath by members of legislature and officers that every member of the state legislature and every executive and judicial officer of a state shall, before he proceeds to execute the duties of his office, take an oath in the following form, to wit, I, A.B., do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States. Nothing else, nothing added, nothing less. That oath, if the state requires another oath or the city charter requires another oath, then it's another oath. Take it. This is the one that satisfies the common law of the United States. And you shall take this first, or you shall not have any authority. Well, police and sheriffs, that's what's happened. Because it's not only you who haven't taken it, but neither has the mayor or the city council or the governor or any judge or any justice or any county commissioner, township supervisor, city clerk, county clerk. God, think about them. Registered deeds. None of these people. None of these people whose office is created under the Constitution of your state has taken this oath. So they're really not holding that office. They're just a usurper. Right? They did not qualify for the office because they did not execute this oath. Now, again, there may be another oath that needs to be done, which is in your Constitution or it's in your charter. Well, that's fine. Do whatever it says exactly the way it says, but do this exactly the way it says also. Well, that'd be a simple thing to do, you would think, but try to get it done, right? Because there can be no room for in our government for Satan. The seed of the woman and the seed of Satan do not mix, right? Now, maybe they have a right to be here on the face of the earth because all men have free will, but we have a right to say, well, you're not going to be in our government. You can have your own government. But we got the guns, we got the property, and you're just going to stay over there in your FEMA camp. So, before we go on, if you want to email me, Rob Ryder's email is courtofrecord, COURTOFRECORD, at AOL.com. Or you could call me on the phone at 616-712-6179. And today is Tuesday, June 30th, 2020. And so, here yesterday, the city of Jacksonville comes out and they said that they're going to adopt this mandatory mask thing, right? St. Augustine had done it. Now this is the big thing. We're going to make everybody wear masks. Wear masks. Well, the people telling us to do that haven't fucking taken the oath in 4 USC 101. They don't have any authority. But the problem is neither do the sheriffs or the police. So if we could get the sheriffs and the police to do it, well, it would be, then the executive branch would. And I don't care if the other ones are, if they ever exist again or not. We can get rid of the legislative branch. We can get rid of the judicial branch. They're not here now anyways. And sheriffs and police have their own courts, so they can do everything they need to do to arrest these fucktards in their own offices. But first, they need to take an oath of office. All right, so after I saw this, a couple of things that happened. I had been asked before by somebody to write a little thing to put on the back of 4 USC 101, right? Because it's only one page. I mean, this is all this whole act is right here, right? And make sure they do that. I-A-B, that's where you put their full legal name. That's what would have to be on the oath. And then when all this is done, right, well, who can administer it? Well, it says here, where is it supposed to go? Well, that's, determined by your state constitution or city charter, whatever, but usually it's the city clerk. And so this is a matter of finding somebody learned in the law to tell us how to do the 3 or 4 steps that need to be done, get it done, and have it done, and keep it done. And I'm going to harp on it till the police and the sheriff start doing it. So what I had done then is I came up with this little thing that I'm putting on the back, and I'm going to put a link to this document then in the description area of this video. And so you can download it, and please send it to any police department or any email address for police, or take them out and hand them out to, good people at different gatherings and so forth. Hand them to the police. Or make up your own, right? If you don't want to use mine, that's fine with me, but this is the one I came up with. So this is what it says. Notice to police and sheriffs. We, the righteous of the United States, come in peace. Brother or sister, you and us are being lied to. On the reverse is Federal Law 4 U.S.C. 101, requiring that persons claiming public office of a state must subscribe the following oath before exercising powers of office. And the oath is, I state your name, do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States. The oath cannot be altered or combined with any other oath and must identify the subscriber by their full legal name, which means no nicknames, no initials, as the AB. And so for the police and sheriffs, right, this is the name that's on a damn driver's license. If the name doesn't match what's on the driver's license, then the person did not identify themselves properly. Back to the statement. Any oath required by state constitution or charter is in addition to this oath. No person claiming a public office from governor, judge, justice to dog catcher, including you, police and sheriff, has yet complied with this federal law. The law is plainly written. Do not let any fork-tongued attorney, politician, or black-robed judge tell you different. You must comply, and so must they. It is the devil's scheme to ensure you are morally wrong and then trick you into enforcing draconian orders of satanic public officer imposters under the threat of being defunded. So square yourself away by taking the oath and then demand the same from all public officers, or arrest them as imposters if they refuse. The world will be a much better place. We the righteous command you, be God's ministers for good, and in accordance with Romans chapter 13, empower you to bear the sword and execute wrath upon him that doeth evil. Start with public officer impostors. You do not need permission to do the will of the Lord, but you do need to fulfill the law. So remove the plank from your eye by executing the oath, and then only take your orders from public officers that have done the same. Police and sheriffs have their own court. Start using them for the trial of public officer impostors. It's time to gather the tares. That'd be in Matthew 13:30. And that's all it says, right? So if you could download this, make a bunch of copies if that's what you want to do, take them someplace and hand them out. Put them on bulletin boards, put them wherever you want, take them down to the police station. But for a lot of people, if you're just sitting at home anyways, you can find all sorts of email addresses for police departments or sheriff's departments or FBI or whoever, and send them a copy. You're the righteous. You don't have anything to fear from these people. You're the righteous. Claim your office. All right? We need to claim our office as the righteous, and we need to tell the frickin' police that, dude, you have a duty under the common law. And that's what we're trying to get them to do. Fulfill their duty under the common law, which is to be the minister of God to thee for good. So now I want to make a little public statement on what I had done because of this. That's not the one I want. I want this one first. So what I did then is, before I had written this, it's kind of what led me to write the thing we just read, was I said, I'm going to go ahead and send something to the sheriff's department. So I went to the Jacksonville sheriff's department. I found, hey, here's a place you can put in a complaint, right? JSOC crime tips at jaxsheriff.org. So I'll send them a copy of 4 U.S.C. 101, and I'll say, Sheriff Williams, the mayor and council for the city of Jacksonville are violating federal law. The Constitution of the state of Florida, Article 2, General Provisions, Section 8, Ethics in Government, F1, states, for the purpose of this subsection, the term public officer means a statewide elected officer, a member of the legislature, a county commissioner, a county officer pursuant to Article 8, or a county charter. A school board member, a superintendent of a school, an elected municipal officer, an elected special district officer in a special district with ad valorem tax authority, or any person serving as a secretary, an executive director, or other agency head of a department of an executive branch of state government, like the governor, attorney general, treasurer, secretary of state, them people. Those are all the same thing. They're all public officers. They may have different duties, but they all are public officers. Okay, so this includes the mayor and the council of the city of Jacksonville. Federal law 4 U.S.C. 101, oath by members of the legislature and officers, requires officers of the state to take an oath in the following form, to wit, I.A.B. do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States prior to executing any power of office. Compliance with 4 U.S.C. 101 is mandatory. It's a federal common law. Right? It's for the whole nation. One nation under God. That law applies from sea to shining sea. I have included a copy of this law for your review. The form of this oath cannot be altered, and any other oath required by state constitution or city charter is an addition to this oath, not its replacement. Further, the public officer must have their full legal name inserted as the AB for proper identification. No Florida public officer from the governor, judge, justice down, dog catcher has executed this oath, and until they do, they have no power or authority to perform any official act. The person pretending to be the mayor and the council for the city of Jacksonville are impersonating public officers, committed election fraud, and are in violation of federal law. Sheriff, please remove the plank from your own eye and comply with 4 U.S.C. 101, and escort the imposters out of City Hall and issue a proclamation ending all restrictions to liberty that they have imposed in Jacksonville, Florida, such as no mandatory mask or quarantines. To restore the one nation under God, we, the people, need our county sheriffs in compliance with God and country. Please inform your contemporaries in the United States and insist all public officers comply. And, I didn't put it in here, and arrest them if they don't. They don't have a choice. They're not a public officer unless they do, so make them leave. Take the oath or leave. Brother, that's your choice. And they won't take the oath, right? Because when you compare the oath they put on to the documents, it won't match the name they're using. Because nobody's using their full legal name. They've taken us out of being persons under the Constitution, and they're trying to run everything like it's a corporation. Well, we don't have to agree to that. That isn't what the Constitution says. I don't fucking care that they're doing it and want you to believe that we have to do it. We don't have to do it. They can't make you. You have the authority. You're God's minister. Well, because I was on a roll, I said, well, I'm going to send one to my local police station, which is in Greenville, Michigan, about Gretchen Esther Whitmer and others violated federal law, 4 U.S.C. 101, and election law. So, City of Greenville, Michigan, Public Safety Department, Dennis McGurl, Public Safety Director. Director McGurl. Federal law, 4 U.S.C. 101, oath by members of legislature and officers, requires every person claiming a public office in the state to take an oath in the following form, to wit, I.A.B. do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States. Any other oath required by state constitution or city charter is in addition to this oath, not its replacement. Further, the person must insert their full legal name, identification as the A.B., negating the use of nicknames, initials, or pseudonyms. Gretchen Esther William is impersonating a public officer by claiming to be the governor of Michigan as Gretchen Whitmer. She has not complied with federal law 4 U.S.C. 101, and the oath that she claims to have filed with the state of Michigan is not the oath required by the Constitution of Michigan of 1963, in which it says Constitution of the state, which is different than lowercase, which is different than uppercase Constitution of the state, which is used on the oath she took. All right, it's different grammar, has different meaning. I don't need to know exactly what it is. I just say it's not exactly the same, so it ain't any good. These are all no, go, no tests, right? Either you pass or you fail. If you don't do it right, you failed. Back to the letter. I have attached a copy of 4 U.S.C. 101 and the counterfeit oath filed by Gretchen Esther Whitmer. Gretchen Esther Whitmer has violated the Michigan election law that'd be Act 116 of 1954, and has failed to qualify for the office of governor and is impersonating a public officer. MCL 168-941, peace officers' duty to institute proceedings, states, so this would be a state law, Michigan compiled laws, it says, it is hereby made the duty of any police, sheriff, or other peace officer present and having knowledge of any violation of any of the provisions of this act to forthwith institute criminal proceedings for punishment of such offender. Please comply with 4 U.S.C. 101 and then institute criminal proceedings against Gretchen Esther Whitmer and evict the alleged mayor and city council of the city of Greenville from City Hall until they have also complied with federal law and the Michigan election law, or charge them also if you prefer. Okay, so those are my public statements for the day, but you can see where I'm headed. It's like, let's just tell the police that you guys have the authority. If you just take the proper oath, you don't need anybody to tell you to do it. You just need to do it. Or you don't need anybody's permission to do it. You already have the permission. You were hired to have this already, and you don't have it. So finish the paperwork, and then go enforce the common law, which is the Bible, which says in Romans 13:4 that you're a minister of God to thee for good. Right? There can be no room for in our government for Satan. So Satan and all of those sock puppets have to leave. And if we got rid of them first, cut the head off of the snake, then all this noise in the streets would all go away because they wouldn't have any direction anymore. So, okay. God bless everybody, and please share the link or copy the link and share it any way you would like. If you want to print some copies out, go right ahead. All right, go down to the local protest area and find the police and give them a copy and send it to their offices, whatever. Right? This isn't hard to do. It's just it's a matter of will. We have to have the will to do it. So it's the will of the Lord, so we had better be at it. That's all I can tell you. Right? We're just trying to comply with the Bible. Very good. You all have a great day now, and God bless. Bye-bye.